Kia ora everyone. Funding projections can feel overwhelming or unclear, and you are not alone if that's how you felt. Today, I want to simplify it. We'll break it down step by step so it's clear, practical, and much easier to understand. We'll cover three quick things: what funding projections are, why they matter for your center, and how Juniorlogs calculates them using the same method as the Ministry of Education. No complicated formulas, just a practical explanation that makes sense for your day to day. So let's start at the beginning. What are funding projections? Put simply, a funding projection is an estimate of the advance funding your service is likely to receive in the upcoming period. It's just that, an estimate. It's not your final confirmed payment. It's not a guarantee, and it doesn't replace your official funding notice. Think of it like a weather forecast. It's based on real data and careful calculations, but it's still a forecast, not the final outcome. Funding projections help answer the question, how much funding should we expect next time? Instead of waiting for official confirmation, you get an early preview. And when you're running a center, that early visibility makes a real difference because funding impacts your staffing, budgeting, and your overall planning. Why are funding projections helpful? Running an early learning service means juggling enrollments, ratios, leave cover, occupancy changes, family communication, and of course finances. Advance funding plays a major role in your income cycle. A projection gives you early awareness. If funded hours were lower last period, you'll likely see that reflected. If they increase, that will show too. It's not about reacting in panic mode, it's about being informed early so you can plan confidently. At its core, projections give you visibility. How are projections calculated? Now let's take a quick breakdown on how calculation works. The Ministry of Education calculates advance funding using historical data only. They don't include future enrollments, upcoming bookings, or children starting next month because they don't have access to that information. So the calculation is based entirely on what has already happened. Here's a simple version. They take the actual funded hours from your most recent RS7 submission. They look at how many days your service operated in that period. They calculate an average funded hours per day, rounded up. Then they multiply that daily average by the number of advance days in the upcoming period. That's the formula. Juniorlogs gives you the option to use that exact same method for your projection. When you select the ministry method, we use your most recent confirmed funding data, calculate the daily average, and project it forward across the upcoming advance funded days. So what you see in Juniorlogs closely aligns with how your advance funding is likely to be calculated. The final confirmed payment will always come directly from the ministry, but this approach helps reduce surprises. What about future enrollments? A common question is, what if you've got new children starting? What if a role is increasing next month? Those changes are important for long-term planning, but they don't immediately affect advance funding. Because the ministry's formula is based on confirmed past data, projections using this method won't include future changes either. One final point, targeted funding. Each year, the Ministry of Education calculates targeted funding separately for eligible services. These amounts are applied directly by the ministry and are not part of the standard advance formula. So to keep projections accurate, we exclude targeting funding from the estimate. When your official funding notice arrives, targeted funding, if applicable, will appear separately. So if you are comparing numbers, just keep that in mind. Let's recap. So let's quickly bring everything together. Funding projections are estimates of your advance funding. They are based on historical data, not future enrollments. They are designed to give you early visibility so you can plan with confidence. Juniorlogs can calculate projections using the same historical average-based method as the Ministry of Education. And targeted funding is excluded because it's calculated separately by the ministry. That's it. Once you understand the logic behind it, it's actually quite straightforward. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this, and I hope this makes funding projections feel a lot more simpler to understand.